前回のあらすじ、オネストハーツクリア。どうもじゃのみです。前回無事第4編を終えまして次の目的地を目指しているのですが、ここなんか敵がいるっぽい？どこだろう。あれ動いた。何あれ。動いてる。UFO？ 人工衛星。また宇宙人案件かと思って身構えちゃったじゃないっすか。青い、綺麗。あなたが戦闘してる間はあなたは衛星を調査できません？戦闘してないよ。戦闘してないけど一回これ流るか？やめよっか。戦闘してないってば。ジャッカルギャングってなんだろう。初耳。ポケットの中にはグレネードが一つ。意外と気づかれちゃうんだな、これが。勘のいい敵は嫌いだよ。あれ、こいつリーダーじゃん。リーダー倒しちゃった。どうしよう。まあやっちゃったものは仕方ないし、これでどうでしょう。ってことでどうです？モハビドライブインでミッドナイトショーが始まっていないので何も起こりません。はあ、ミッドナイトって何時くらいから？夜になればいい？待って。墜落した衛星があなたの受信した不思議な電波の発生源のようです。オールドワールドブルースは経験を積んだ運び屋向けです。レベル15以上、大丈夫。36ある。あなたがビッグエンプティの謎を解決するまでしばらくの間モハビに帰れない予感がします。オールドワールドブルース完了後はいつでもビッグエンプティで何かしたり物を運んだり戻ったりできます。挑戦するなら運びたいものは全部持っていきます。もう少し近づいて衛星を調べてください。原子力と科学の驚きの世界が待っています。あ、目が怖っ。何あれ。怖っ。行こう。しゃがんでたらダメなのか。ちょっと待ってね。行きまーす。フォールアウトニューベガスオールドワールドブルース。かっけ。
In the years before the Great War, Big Mountain had been the home to the brightest minds of the 21st century. Scientists of vision were drawn to the facility to tackle the greatest technological challenges of the era. They sought to create a new world, fueled by technology for the benefit of all mankind. Sonic emitters, space-age alloys, DNA hybridization, force field particle research, autodoc advances in cranial, cardiac, and trauma surgery. The hopes and dreams of a century became realities in the electronic forges of Big Mountain. The nucleus of this research was the Dome. A huge stone facility that held the labs of every science known to man. It was a think tank where no problem could not be solved, where no question could not be answered. The Great War brought a new energy to Big Mountain and its scientists. Although sheltered from the front lines, the scientists waged their own war, fighting their battles at the atomic level. Equations and calculations marched endlessly across chalkboards and computer terminals toward one solution: winning the war. For years, the minds and computers of Big Mountain were a blaze of trajectories, weapon schematics, and nuclear theories. The problems began to outpace the solutions, first geometrically, then exponentially. As the war escalated, so did the questions. On the night of October 23rd, 2077, the scientists received an answer that put all their questions to rest. In the aftermath, Big Mountain's silent experiments went to sleep, their creators slowly dying in the new world that had been left behind. And the great stone in the middle of the Big Empty lay untouched, filled with countless technological wonders. Wonders that, in the end, had been answers to the wrong question.
なんか不吉な予感。でもかなり面白そうなんじゃが。あなたは奇妙なだるさを感じています。体をさっと見回したところ、自分の頭、胸および背中にわずかな手術跡を発見しました。なんだと？やっぱり不吉なんじゃが。待って。お気に入りの服取られてた。中途半端な。帽子とメガネがそのままなの受けるんだけど。何また私前作に引き続き脳みそ取られてる？嘘だろおい。取り返して自宅に飾るしかないじゃないか。前作確か取られてたよね。メガトンの自宅に飾ってるけど、なんで取られたんだっけ？全然覚えてないのじゃが、どの DLC かもあんまり覚えてないのよね。さすがにマザーシップゼータはしっかり覚えてるけどさ。じゃあ行きましょうか。ここでうだうだしてても仕方がありませんので。おー、かっけー。まさに近未来って感じやね。話す？どういうこと？機械と話せるの？意志があるの？冷蔵庫は普通に冷蔵庫なのか。機械とコミュニケーションが取れるんですか？まずはじゃあ強そうなのから話してみるか。こいつは絶対司令官でしょ。パーソナリティファイルが破損しているか、または存在しません。バックアップホロテープを挿入し、ファイルを復元してください。ダメだった。君は？ダメか。話せんやん。これは普通に物資だったな。全部一緒だ。ちょっと状況が飲み込めてないから話し相手が欲しいんじゃが。待って待って待って。ちっちゃいのがいる。なんだお前。かわいいな。いやでもお前さっきから動いてるだろ。顔かわいいのが映ってんだけど。お前本当は話せるだろ。字が映ってんじゃんね。科学者の手袋？これは何？これ武器な？近未来の科学者は手袋で殴り合いをしていたの？青い。青くてツルツルしてる。いいお色だけど弱そうだからしまっとこっか。これは何？開いた！金庫だ。けどほとんど物は置いてない感じがする。もしかして廃墟？セキュリトローの設計図だ。ちょっと待って、テンション上がるな、ここ。なんかワインだった。トースターとも話すの私。なんかパーソナリティファイルってのがないからそれを探さなくちゃいけないのと、別段敵対する存在がいない。メンタさん持っていこう。から何をすればいいかわからないのよね。あらかた見たけど何もないのよね。シンクタンクかビッグマウンテンかな。どこから？このいい感じの音楽どっから流れてるの？あなたは不思議な平和主義的感情にとらわれ、そのせいか武器を抜けなくなったことに気づきました。なんで？困る。怖すぎるんだが。あれ？この部屋の中だと武器抜けないんだ。こっちの扉は？ あ、もう行けなくなっちゃった。最初からわけわからない間に2択やっちゃったってこと？やばいかもしれない。戦えないとなると、なんかいっぱいいる、怖い。
I thought I heard the pacification field kick in. All right, shh. Nobody move. I'll handle this. Be warned, intruder. You are in the presence of a mighty think tank of Big Mountain. The collective geniuses of... We... By Oppenheimer, which one of you self-professed geniuses has been adjusting my volume knob? Who was it? Was it you, 8? Oh, Dr. O, was it? Likely story. O couldn't spark 2 neurons if they were in a lattice of biomed gel.
What? Me? Breaking news, Klein. It wasn't me, all right? I'm the robotical engineer. 8 is sound waves. That's his specialty. You always do this. You always demean me in front of guests. And it's not O, all right? It's...
Enough! Either of you do it again, it'll be the last time. Now... Great. Now I forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about?
あっけに取られるとはまさにこういうこと？いや、急にまくし立てられたらね。まだこっちは何一つ情報拾えてないからね。でもまあ面白そうなのは、お話を止めるつもりじゃないけど、大きなモニターに何か来てないかい？
Dr. Klein, a transmission from the Forbidden Zone, coming right at us. It can only be...
知らんて。
If it isn't my old colleagues, the mighty think tank of Big Mountain. Big fools, all of you. It is I, Dr. Mobius, transmitting from my dome-shaped dome in the Forbidden Zone. A zone that is, yes, forbidden to you. Even now, my deadly robo-scorpions swarm across Big Mountain with their pincers and pointy laser tails. Soon, all science will be mine. Even the technology sealed in the Big Mountain research centers cannot save you. So cower in your think tank. Wait for the end. That's all. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Mobius. Always the same broadcast. He's clearly mad, driven insane by his flawed and imprecise kindergarten-level research methodology.
What are we going to do? There's no way we can breach the Forbidden Zone. There's those robot scorpions
ロボ
everywhere.
ットのサソリ？
The Forbidden Zone, where no brain has ever entered, nor ever returned.
Except Dr. Mobius, and the technologies that could save us. They are out of our reach.
And Dr. Mobius mocks us. Did you see his cracked monitor? He's clearly let himself go.
ヘビ今置いてけぼり。何もわからん。
What? Ask the lobotomite for help? 8, I think you need the fluid levels in your logic assist pumps checked.
If this lobotomite responded, Dr. Klein, then it is clearly intelligent, perhaps even displays heretofore unknown levels of helpfulness.
But what of its brain? We scooped that out. We don't even know where we left it. And for putting it back in, none of us have the knowledge.
Yes, but it's still aware and responsive. Look at it. It's regarding us even now, with its big teddy bear
可愛い
eyes.
お目で見てる。
If we ask it politely, and leave the part about the unnecessary and ruthless lobotomizing out, it might be favorably disposed to us.
全部筒抜けなのだよ。脳の摘出もだけどロボトミーもかなりの問題なんだかね、君たち。てか私の脳摘出したの？何考えてんのあんたら。
We removed your brain. Yes. So soft, barely wrinkled, yet so flush with knowledge and experience. Brain extraction technology has been standard
い
practice
や
at
君
Big
たち知ら
Mountain
ないかも
for
し
an
れないけど
immeasurable
脳みそ
amount
で
of
取り
time.
外しできないんだよ。
Once the brain was out, Then came the coils, the Tesla coils, the coils of Nikola Tesla.
あなたの脳は先進技術と交換されました。おいこら。あなたの頭はもはや重傷を負わず、中毒への耐性と体の損傷から衝撃への耐性を得ます。だからってよしとはなんねんだよ。
Yeah, Abe, no need to brag. Wherever your brain is, it's transmitting thoughts to you through the
Tesla coils in its head.
This is fortunate in many respects. If your brain was anywhere in the dome, why, you could access your aggression centers.
Circumventing the pacification field. This is a no-no. We have never been in a fight. We do not want that. Reminds me of my days in American High. And Richie Marcus.
100歩譲って頭はそれでいいとしよう。それだけじゃヘビの胸と背骨にあるレーザー縫合の訳を説明できてないんだけど。てめえらどうやって見たんだ？
Was it necessary this time?
I assume full responsibility. I take my duties in the prodding and excision of living, breathing tissue quite seriously. Although in truth, the Autodoc had done most of the work already. Quite industrious, almost cut into all my investigations. Once it had removed the brain and I misplaced it, other organs began to cry for direction, using your nerves as telegraph wires. Rather than let them send their signals, I removed them as well. Shh, little organs. Go to sleep in your tanks. Dala loves you.
First was the heart.
え？ちょっと待って、なんも読めないよ。待って、なくなったら困る期間を抜かれてる。返しなさい。返しなさい。待って、脳は前作でも取られたけど心臓は効いてない。胸の傷跡はシンクタンクの言ってることを裏付けているようだ。あなたは毒に起こされず、人工血液ポンプのフィルターが出血と治療を調節し、全ての回復アイテムがより高いレベルで機能するようになりました。ロボットはあなたに混乱し、クリティカルヒットを出す可能性が 50% 減少します。いや、それすごいけど返せよ。私の心臓を。
Wait, I mean, second was the heart. Brain was first. Third
背骨
was
の
the
カルテ今どうなってん
spine.
の？複雑な手術により、あなたの背骨はよりいいものと交換されました。あなたの胴体はもはや重傷を負わず、STR と DT が増加しました。ヘビの知らない間に随分好き勝手改造してくれたな、お
Totally
前ら。
overrated, that
100歩譲
arrangement
っ
of
て骨はいいけ
vertebrae.
ど中身は大丈夫なんだろう
Look at
な。
me, with my lumbar and thoracic curvature. Never had a use for any of that. Spineless is what I prefer.
カロンたちは蛇の目の脊髄に直結してるんじゃが、見失ったってのも聞き出さなきゃいけないけどさ、どこにやったかも聞かなくちゃだけどさ、あんたらヘビのパーツ取ってどうした？
That Autodoc junk heap was one of Mobius's creations, like the rest of the talking scrap metal in the attic.
After that, the brain lost itself. Not in the metaphysical sense. Might have gotten flushed into one of the pipes. Actually, that's pretty likely.
If so, it was flushed all the way to Mobius. Flush! That is the sound of flushing. By the Fisher of Rolando, enough of this biological surgery talk. Lobotomite, listen to my voice. It denominates me to ask, but we need your help. In most probable of probabilities, our enemy, Mobius, has your brain. This is not good. He will most likely come after our brains next. We want you to stop him, somehow, with science.
私としては私の脳が最優先なんじゃが、最初に私の脳を救い出すんだ。助けてほしいんだろ？勝手に取ってなくしたなんてとんでもない連中だな。
That is correct, yes. I hope you're not demonstrating resentment now. If you are, well, we can't have that.
意外と話は通じる感じ？なんであいつが持ってると思うの？
We have no idea. This line of questioning isn't important to us right now. Why are you asking these tangential questions? Stop it! We need these technologies. You need to get them. You must get them.
You are equipped to retrieve the technologies with your primitive form. We are not.
It's kind of embarrassing. You have hands, and a heartbeat, sort of. And eyes, mostly the hands. There's door handles and lockers and...
Enough! We need your help. Will you help us?
つまるところあんたら自由に探索できないから力貸せってことね。いいでしょう。何すればいい？
Excellent. This is turning out much better than the activate the retreat protocols and cower in my room idea I had earlier.
Agreed. Oh, and I've used my robotical knowledge to, transmit the radio map waves to...
一人何言っているか分かんない個体がいるんだよね。
Settle down, 8. I would have gotten it in a second, all right? 8's transmitted the last known coordinates of the research centers. They, well, move sometimes. Or get buried. Or blow up.
え？爆発？聞いてないよそれは。
8 is correct. All we need are the schematics. This does not mean we do not want the cold hard technology, however. So do not give in to your biological tired laziness and decide you would sweat too much carrying them. You have a new spine. Use it. And even if you die in the act of reclamation, simply reaching them will auto-transmitify the schematics to us. That is still good. For us.
この辺りは全て危険らしい。そのデバイスも危険らしい。まあいいや。喧嘩腰になっても仕方ないよね。何を見つけてほしいか言わないと手助けできないよ。
The technologies are the X2 transmitter antenna array, used to focus coherent thought at excessively high frequencies.
The psychoanalytic, cardiac dampening, sneaky stealth suit. A suit like nothing this world has ever heard, seen, or could ever see.
あ、それこれ。ヘビそれ欲しいかも。それちょうだいよ今すぐに。
And 8's sonic soundwave emitter projectile gun, able to broadcast sound at lethal frequencies. It also gives a great biogel massage.
マッサージです。
There. We have informed you of all we need. We estimate if you are focused, your time investment will be minimal, by our standards. If you work quickly, you will be the recipient of a gesture of gratitude from us. We do not bestow these old world gestures lightly.
まあやってもいいよ。マイペースに探したらどうなる？
What illogic is this? Keep your filthy penis-tipped feet out of our labs and secrets.
その劣化してんじゃね？
There are things here no lobotomite was meant to see. Things that would astound and possibly terrify. Terrify!
Yeah, we don't come into your lab and decant your solutions.
Only the magnificence of our monitors allow for true comprehension of the wonders of Big Mountain. Shield your jellied eyes lest they burn from your skull.
今私落とされた？相手が複数人だからまあまあヘビ置いてけぼりになる
Dr. Klein? Dr. Klein? If I may intersect for a moment.
What is it? The lobotomite is asking me things, and I'm trying to ignore them. My processors can't ignore you both at the same time.
Well, you know how we asked it to fetch the sonic emitter thing? Turns out we already have it. What are the odds?
What is this, a high school science fair? Get your act together. You're making us look like a collection of round earthers.
You're always yelling. My receptors can't take it anymore. And neither can my feelings.
I am yelling because you contaminated specimens can't keep your probes off the volume knob on my voice module.
私のために争うのやめてがあるよまあそれは言わないけど武器くれるんならちょうだいよ扱えるからさ
It is truly the end of all intelligence when the lobotomite speaks more wisdom than you geniuses. So, if we have the sound wave, sonic projecto thing gun, then what in Heisenberg's name do we need from X8? Anyone?
I believe we need a new frequency embedded into the gun. It was designed to broadcast many sounds once charged. We just don't know the frequency.
First, do not attempt to comprehend their complicated schematics. That is for us to do.
じゃあ出発してそれらのものを持って帰ればいいのね。じゃあね。
Well, good. What are the token words spoken in this case? Thank you? Yes. Thank you.
Wait, is it leaving? But, Dr. Klein, the lobotomite will need rest, recuperation, things like that. I volunteer my chambers, so it might be stared at. My monitor radar is slowly scanning its form to collect sensitive data.
No! That would put it too close to us. It could press buttons, turn lights on and off, and worse, let other lobotomites in.
We could give it Mobius's old room. That's where its brain got scooped out anyway. And plus, some of its parts are already there. Might be more comforting for it to hang out with its spine and heart. Home is where the heart is, after all. See what I did there? Wet literal.
I suppose. We'll have to move that couch out of there. Been putting that off too long.
H says, let the lobotomite take the Sync Central Intelligence personality chip and reinstall it. That stuffy Mobius program Butler can walk the lobotomite, feed it, barter with it for us.
It would also prevent it from going to Higgs Village and taking up residence there. With my teddy bears. And it would be nice to have it so close.
Your logic combined with my desire to keep the think tank lobotomite free has swayed me. Here, I present the Sync Central Intelligence. Lobotomite, take this chip to the sink, plug it in, and make sure the chip is clean, or it could skip. Then make whatever crude biologic demands you need of the sink. It will cater to most of your hormonal whims.
このチップは量産品のようだ。他にもチップがあるんだろ？隠してないで全部出せよ。
Are there other chips?
Are you echoing what he said, or are you asking for real?
He's asking, yes. Dr. Klein, there are many other personalities. If you recall, you hurled them off the sink balcony after your argument with Mobius.
It is not an argument if one is clearly right and the other is clearly wrong. But to our research.
話長いからぶっ
If
立て
you're
らな
done,
きゃ
can
い
we
けなか
move
ったけど
again?
まあまあ口悪
My
かったからね
biogel's
こ
starting
いつ
to
ら。
coagulate.
Of course! Go man your science stations! Go! I am surrounded by children.
一通りちゃんと話は聞いたんだけどね。あ、書いてた。なんかドイツがドイツかわかんなかったけど、話の通じる個体は何人かいたね。とりあえずヘビにある程度の忍耐力があることが分かった。部屋にある他のタンクから仮定して、脳も同様に安全な場所で浮かんでいると思われます。現時点ではタンクの中と本来それが入っている場所である頭の中から脳がなくなっていますが、特に問題はないようです。問題あるだろう。私の背骨？あなたの背骨があります。脳髄なしで浮かんでいます。背骨が取り除かれていますが、特に違和感は感じません。むしろ背中に入れられた何かによってより強くなったと感じます。なら脊髄的なものは残ってるのね。心臓が、私の心臓が、これはあなたの心臓です。どうやら脳神経外科手術の合併症はその除去が必要となり、あなたの脳が取り戻されるまで、あなたの心臓はあなたの体で正常に鼓動しないでしょう。しかしながら、新しい心臓がうまく動いているようです。嘘だろ？だからといって心臓は抜いちゃダメなんだよ。ヘビでも知ってることだよ。出た。利用できるようになりました？
Salutations and felicitations, sir, and a most jocund welcome to the sink. I am your electronic valet and household central processor. May I be of service, sir?
君は売店？必要なものはここで揃いそうだね。BGM 切ってるのになんで音楽かかってんだろう。 んでもって収納が多すぎて開くべきものがどれかわかんない。でも大体いらんもんが入ってる。
Intruder, you will not escape the eyes of my Robo-Scorpions or their pincers.
まあとりあえず移動してみましょう。どこからともなくよくわからん声が聞こえてきたけどさ。ロボトミー？でも敵対生命体っぽくない？被害者仲間じゃんかよ。でこいつら感知能力高い。えぐい。そんなところで今宵はここまで。ここまでお付き合いいただきありがとうございました。あの科学者ロボットの話が長すぎて。でもあんまりカットしすぎても話の流れがわからなくなっちゃうからね。口悪いところは容赦なくカットしましたが、後々字幕で苦しむからね。リスクヘッジのできるヘビなのです。やたら硬い機械のサソリはいるし、まあまあ前途多難な感じはするのですが、ロボ系多いってことはヘビのハッキング能力が試される時もあるのでしょう。それでは、おやすみなさい。さーて、まずは世界観を理解するぞ。ご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録と高評価ボタンを押してもらえると、ヘビが喜びます。それじゃあまた遊びに来てね。待ってるよ。